What's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the powers of jiren. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys will like this part. And yeah, guys, I have also made a channel for you can say Dragon Ball What Ifs. Once again, I know that it has been some time since I have made the Dragon Ball What Ifs, but I have put the link of my channel within the description below, and I have already uploaded one video on it. What if Goku had Cell's potential and power? So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, guys, for the next part, the like goal is gonna be, let's see about it. 200 likes and 60 comments. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, let's start the video. And yeah, guys, also follow me on Instagram, as I have also put the link of my Instagram within the description below. So without any further ado, let's start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto has grown up after you can say several years of training. In this time, he has been fighting off against many shinobis, and to be honest, he has gotten pretty bored of it all. His powers has been increasing more and more. He could feel that the chakra or whatever energy these shinobis actually had is not comparable to his own. So he decided to find that if anyone has a power similar to his own, but to his dismay, there was no one of a pure challenge or anything like that. Even his chakra reserves has already surpassed any shinobi he knew at the time, and his powers were simply increasing. He has already made, you can say, a journey long time ago, so there was hardly anything he could actually do except being, you can say, taking a lot of higher missions and getting bored and bored even further. So yeah, guys, that was the last part, so let's begin the video. As Menma and Naruko, it was the final day of their academy, as both of them were not that happy. There was once a time when they were the pure focus of their family, of their parents, but now that time has been long past. Whenever they try to teach something, the voice of their brother always, you can say, ring in their heads that they were so weak and pathetic that they need the help of several high class shinobi so that at least they could do anything in their life noticeable, which angered them even further as those words were always there. And now it was the final day of their academy, but they could already hear whispers that how their brother is already a jonin at the same age and they are just gonna make Jennings. So they were pretty angry about this whole situation. While on the other hand, as Ruka finally entered into the class and gave his, you can say, whole speech that how they are gonna become Genins and things like that. While on the other hand, you can say deep under Konoha in the headquarters of none other than Root, as two people could be seen as a figure of two rather children were fighting against each other with swords, as these people were none other than Menma and Naruko, as one person was watching both of them. It was none other than Danzo. Flashback for Danzo. It was, you can say, after 2 years when Naruto became a Jonin, and how all of the people of Konoha were simply talking about them, as Menma and Naruko jealousy was, you can say, all over the roof, as Danzo decided to approach both of them, knowing that Naruto has become a danger to the protection of Konoha. Well, Root actually, but still, anything you can say being a danger to Root, which means that it's a danger to Konoha. So yeah, that's the logic of Danzo anyways. As Danzo decided to approach both Menma and Naruko with the promise of power, as both Menma and Naruko were still coming back from the whole, you can say, party thing and things like that were going on in the village for whatever reason their brother did, and they did not like that whatsoever. But then suddenly they noticed that they were going in the opposite direction from their home, as both of them were surprised. But then Naruko said Menma, as they both of them came to their guard when several shinobis landed beside them, and then one figure started to walk towards them. It was none other than Danzo, as he said, well, if it isn't Menma and Naruko, the children of the Hokage, also known as the failures of the Namikaze family, as Menma and Naruko gritted their teeth at that, as Danzo smirked, knowing that his plan will work without a hitch, as they said, well, Manma said, "Who are you?" As Danzo simply chuckled as he said, "Well, you can call me Danzo Sama. Well, I am a member of the council and the advisor of the Hokage," as Naruto said. "So, what are you doing here and why are the shinobi surrounding us?" As Danzo simply chuckled as he said, "Well, I was just coming back from a council meeting where we were discussing about the progress of your brother and how you two are not comparable to him." At this, both of them narrowed their eyes, their anger and jealousy once again became even more as Danzo smirked. "But now, I have a proposition for you. Soon enough, your parents will stop teaching you and put all of their focus on your brother, knowing that you two are nothing but failures, not being able to comparable to your own brother Stan, who is already a Jonin, and you guys are not even on the level of Ganins." As both Manma and Naruto were now getting angry as their eyes has already started to change into red pupil of QB as Danzo simply smirked. "But I am here with the offer for you guys. If you guys were to train with me, I will be able to bring out your true potential. I will be able to teach you how to control the chakra of the beast, and trust me when I say it, when you guys will be able to master the power of the QB, your brother will be nothing compared to you. As a matter of fact, your parents will never teach you to control how to control the full power of the QB." At this, both Manma and Naruto were already feeling something off, but what can they actually do? Whole village is against them, calling them failures of the Namakaze family, while their once, you can say, so-called brother is now far, far stronger than both of them, even mastering the Rasengan, and he had the audacity to teach it to them as if they need his charity, as they gritted their teeth on that as Sunuko speak up. "Alright, so you will teach us, huh?" As Danzo nodded at that, as both Menma and Naruko looked towards each other, as Menma simply nodded as Naruko nodded back as he said, "Alright then, and what should we tell our parents?" As Danzo simply smirked, "Don't worry about it. I will teach you a jutsu. With the help of that, you will be able to skip your home and come to me whenever you want for training." As both Menma and Naruko nodded, and at that day, both Menma and Naruko became the members of Root. As, while on the other hand, both Menma and Naruko flashback and in the classroom has already passed their Ganon exam, and to be honest, they do not feel much about it. After all, the achievements of their brother is always going to overshadow it, so what's the matter? As both of them came outside of the academy to see that their parents were there with smiles on their faces, but both the only thing Menma and Ruko at that point could see the mocking, you can say, faces of their parents, telling them that how much of a failures both of them actually are, and they are never gonna be comparable to their older brother. As both of them narrowed their eyes, but the training of Danzo came in mind. They only have to pretend, and one day Menma will become the Hokage and they will get rid of Naruto. As he started to chuckle at the back of his head, he only had to pretend a little bit longer as Naruto thought the same thing. After a small party of both of them becoming a Ganins, as both Menma and Naruko decided to leave for a bit of training to Danzo Sama, while on the other hand, Minato and Kushina were in their, you can say, office. As Jiraiya and Tsunade were already in the office as Minato decided to speak, well, it seemed that Menma and Naruto has finally graduated, as Jiraiya trisked a little, as it was Jiraiya's idea that both Menma and Naruto should have graduated long time ago with the help of their training. They could have actually graduated, but Minato and Kushina wanted them to be remain in the academy because they wanted their children to have a bit longer of their childhood, as they already seen what Naruto was actually capable of, but still, he still missed his childhood and that they did not want it for their other children. And on top of that, Naruto is far stronger than Menma and Naruto, and they will always be worried about Menma and Naruto if they were go to outside, as but now we have to decide who is gonna be their Jonin sensei. As you can say, Jiraiya thought it for some time as he said, well, Minato, I think that you should give the team to Kakashi, and I would be, you can say, a sports sensei if you want." At this, most of the people were surprised there. Even Tsunade raised an eyebrow at that, as Jiraiya has been teaching Menma in Naruto for a really long time. As Minato taught it for some time, and Shuke said, I don't think that is gonna work, Sensei. You and I both know that the council is not gonna agree on that, especially this, you can say, batch. It's mostly consists of clan heirs, and even the clan heads will not agree to it, let alone the elders. Jiraiya scoffed at that. Minato, I have already told you how important Menma and Naruto actually are. They just only have to, you can say, reach their full potential. And trust me when I say it, when they will be able to master the true power of the QB, Naruto will not be able to be in the same league as Minato Sai. This was the old habit of his sensei, always comparing Naruto to Menma and Naruto, saying that how important Menma and Naruto actually are, and when they will master the true power of the QB, as they will easily surpass Naruto. To be honest, Minato did not care much about, you can say, this whole destiny thing and all that. Naruto has proven himself to be a lot stronger without the power of the QB, and he's not gonna say that it is only because of luck or anything like that. After all, Minato himself was not a Jinchuriki, but still he was able to become a lot stronger than any shinobi on the continent. But he simply shook his head. He's already tired of, you can say, having the same discussion with his sensei over and over again as he said, well, I will put it to the council and we shall see. Jiraiya smirked, thinking that he has won and Minato has finally admitted the true potential of Manma and Naruto. As Kushina also sighed at that, this was the same discussion she has been hearing for a really long time. Jiraiya is especially stubborn about his beliefs and things like that. As Tsunade simply shrugged at that. To be honest, she did not care much about it. She was only here because Minato wanted her advice, so that was the only reason. While far, far away in the outside of the planet, in a desolate land, as now one figure was standing at the center of it all, as a fiery aura was surrounding him, as it was none other than Naruto. In the years, he has noticed that he has the ability to travel through the space without even the need of oxygen. As this really surprised him, but to be honest, there was little which could actually shock him at the moment, but he simply smirked. So he decided to find a planet far away from the his elemental nation so that he could train on that planet, and needless to say, his training was vicious. He simply cannot train on the elemental nations anymore because even a percentage of his power could easily be felt across the elemental nations, and he was tired of, you can say, hiding his power. So here he can unleash the true fury and might of his power and train to become even stronger than he was before. He was a lot taller than anyone would expect a 14-year-old to be. As a matter of fact, he, you can say, usually seemed like a 16 or 17-year-old kid. And but to be honest, he did not care about that. He only wants a challenge, and soon enough he will have it. Not that he knows, but still, even without a challenge, there was an urge, there was a thirst of growth and power to improve himself, and that he did. While on the other hand, far away, far, far away in the other side of the universe, the land of the Otsutsuki, as two eyes suddenly opened. These eyes were none other than the eyes of Jogan. As this was the king of the Otsutsuki, King Otsutsuki. As lately he has been having a premonition of the future that he will have a fight for his life, a goldish as well as, you can say, reddish aura of a person who was fighting him toe to toe as if he was his rival, and Kin Ususuke did not like that. After all, this was the same thing that other person said before he desolated that planet, and now he's having the same kind of dream over and over again. And he knew one thing, his Jogan had the power to have a glimpses of the future, so therefore there could be a possibility that this person already exists, even though he cannot sense his chakra or whatever, but still he had a feeling that he's soon enough he's gonna have a challenge of his life, a fight which could actually end him and which actually scared him. Osuskis were many things, but above all, they were cowards. They were immortals as well, but still, They wanted their life to expand more and more to increase their powers thanks to the help of chakra fruits. So therefore, even the thought of losing their life scared them. And same was the case with the king. So he decided to increase his power more and more, to eat more and more chakra fruits so that when the time comes, he will be able to take down this enemy. And for that, he needs power. His existence will not be, you can say, ended by anyone. As while on the other hand, you can say in the council room, all the council members has finally gathered, and today is the day they're gonna decide the team arrangement. The Hokage has already made the list. The council only has to approve it. If there were to be some objection, they can always say that. But this day was special because the clan heirs are also in it. So the clan heads are definitely gonna take part into it to see that if the future of their children is gonna be in the safe hands. As Minato already knew that this day was not his day because he knew that the suggestion of his sensei is definitely gonna bite him. As but he simply shook his head, he has to try because Jiraiya was already there smirking as thinking that it was already approved and how he's gonna train his godchildren to unleash the true power, the true potential of their own, and soon enough they will surpass their stupid older brother who was not supposed to have any power and is messing with the whole destiny of both Menma and Naruto. As Koharu decided to speak up, well, today's the council meeting is about the team arrangement of the next generation Genin teams. As most of them nodded at that, as Hamura speak up, as he said, well, Lord Hokage, we assume that you have the list of the new teams. As Minato nodded, as he said, well, me and with the help of Jiraiya Sensei as well as Tsunade Sama have came up with the, you can say, we think that the right teams. So here are the teams. As most of the teams were the same, as Minato decided to speak the teams, you can say 8, 10, and all the other team. And finally it came to team 7 as Minato said, well, team 7 is gonna consist of Menma, Naruto, and Sasuke Uchiha. And because of the importance of the whole team, and we have decided to put Kakashi as well as Shirai Sensei as the team leader, as most of the council members were silent for that, as Minato was already dreading that. As Koharu speak up, Lord Hokage, don't you see that it is pure favoritism? We simply cannot allow one of the Sanins to train the A team. Not only that, this team is already overpowered and the balance of the team is already destroyed. As Shiraya said, well, it is not our mistake that both Menma and Naruto take their training seriously, unlike the other children, completely ignoring that those other children are none other than clan heads, you can say clan heirs, and their parents were already sitting there, narrowing their eyes towards Jiraiya, as Minato simply facepalmed after hearing what his sensei just said. As you can say, Inoichi, speak up. Are you saying that we did not train our children correctly, Jiraiya-sama? As he narrowed his eyes at that, as Jiraiya said, well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Menma and Ruko just have more potential than anyone in the whole world. As you can say, as Tsume Inuzuka simply smirked as he said, huh, more potential, even more potential than their older brother, Naruto, if I'm not mistaken, right? At this, there was silence in the whole room. After all, Naruto was known to be a legend in the making, and the only kid who has been able to reach the S rank status like it was nothing, and whose potential said to be even greater than that of Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha combined. As Jiraiya narrowed his eyes, of course it's greater. It's only the matter of time. And under my tutelage, Menma and Naruto will able to learn the full power of the Kyuubi, and then they will easily surpass their older brother. As you can say, Shibi Aburame decided to speak up. We are getting out of, you can say, out of the topic. We have this team is not balanced, Lord Hokage, and we simply cannot approve of this team, especially of the senseis. Kakashi is your student and will definitely be more attached to Menma and Naruto, and it could be counter, you can say, productive to the whole team, sensei, and the whole system. As Minato simply sighed as he said, and what do you guys propose? As both of the, you can say, other people looked towards each other and nodded. Well, Lord Hokage, you already know that Jiraiya-sama already did had a team before, and according to Konoha laws, we simply cannot give him a team. And not only that, Kakashi is needed within the Ambu at the moment, and Jiraiya-sama has a spy network, as Jiraiya said, but I can maintain it, as most of them look towards Jiraiya. As I said, well, Jiraiya-sama, years ago you did say that you are the only one who maintained your spy network, and not only that, you have been remaining in Konoha a lot more than usual, and we have our, you can say, fears that you are letting the emotions of the attachment with your godchildren coming, you can say, clouding your judgment. So therefore we simply cannot allow you to take a genuine team, and not only that, your enemies might come after them in sort of revenge. As Jiraiya narrowed his eyes, he did not like the direction this whole, you can say, meeting was going, as, you can say, Minato, speak up. So what do you propose? You do know that the importance of the Jinchurikis, even though they are my children, they are also Jinchurikis, and their protection is important. Who could be more, you can say, talented and deserving of the team than Kakashi and Jiraiya? As Jiraiya smirked, thinking that his student is finally taking his side, as most of the clan heads looked towards each other and nodded. Well, Lord Hokage, we have came to the, you can say, decision that this team would be given to Itachi Uchiha as well as Naruto Namikaze. As that, after hearing that, there was dead silence in the whole room, as Minato mind was racing. This could be actually be a good idea. Kakashi was actually needed within the Ambu, and not only that, Kakashi is also of the same mindset of, you can say, Jiraiya. At several occasions, he has tried to convince Minato that both Menma and Naruto are more deserving than Naruto could ever hope to be in a billion years. And not only that, the potential is greater, and Naruto only had stories to his name, nothing more than that. And most of the work must be done by Itachi, who is letting, you can say, take Naruto, take the, you can say, whole credit. And nothing more than that, as you can say, Minato simply ignored him, knowing that what his student is trying to do. And not only that, Kakashi is fiercely loyal to, you can say, Jiraiya. But Minato did not knew why. Maybe it could be because of the books, but he did not care at this point. After all, this whole discussion is childish to him, nothing more than that. He has been training both Manma and Noroko, and had, you can say, started to train them even more so that they can learn even faster. But both Manma and Noroko have become quite violent towards him, as well as their mother, saying that how they are only, you can say, doing so because they think that they are weak and Naruto is stronger than them. Well, that is actually true, but still, both Minato and Kushina have never actually trained Naruto to begin with, and not that they think that he need the training, but both Manma and Naruto actually need it, not only because of the QB, but because they were their children, and they were on the line of the clan, you can say, being the clan heir, as both Minato and Kushina long decided that Manhwa will become the clan heir for the Namakase, and Naruto will become the clan heir for the Uzumaki. But when Naruto's name started to, you can say, spread more, they simply cannot justify taking the clan heir name from him, and the other clan heads not coming to their head for the favoritism and things like that, especially Danzo when lurking around the shadows. So they decided to let the things be. After all, this was for the good of the clan to begin with, and their older brother is quite responsible, so they changed their mind, which angered both Jiraiya, Kakashi, as well as Manma and Ruko even further. While in all of this meeting, Danzo, you can say, grip his, you can say, cane a little tighter. He was hoping that the council will allow it grudgingly, or Minato will push for both Jiraiya and Kakashi to be the sensei even more, so that later he could use it to his own advantage. But now, by the look on the Minato's face, it seemed that he's gonna agree to this, and he simply cannot have it. As he said, decided to speak up. Well, if I must say anything, Lord Hokage, I have a proposition for you. At this, most of the councils look towards Danzo with narrowed and suspicious eyes. After all, that man is never up to any good. As Minato sighed, he knew that Danzo will say it anyway, so let's just allow him. You may, Danzo. As Danzo speak up, well, why not have a small, you can say, tournament for the council? It seemed that both Kakashi and Jiraiya, while on the other hand the council, Choice, Itachi, and Naruto are the competitor in it. In this way, we can see the progress of your childrens by looking toward Fugaku and Minato to see that how stronger they have actually gotten. You must have to agree that even though we have heard many things in their mission report, and though you can say no doubt they are the strongest of their own generation, but still we could see it in a way, and this way we can see what they have actually have to teach the Jinchurikis as well as the Uchiha. At this, there were several murmurs going on, more on the way wanting to say what the duo, the sensei and the pupil Naruto and the Itachi are actually capable of. As this way, Fugaku was also happy that Itachi will also have a bit of time in the, you can say, spotlight, and he was happy for that. As Minato started to think about it, but then all of them heard a laughter as it was coming from none other than Jiraiya. As he said, "Huh, do you guys really think that that brat is actually comparable to me? I'm a Sanin, and I will be able to defeat him within seconds. It will not be even be a challenge." And that same goes for that Itachi brat. As same with Kakashi, he's a lot stronger than you guys gave him credit for, and he's leagues above Itachi. At this, you can say several people look towards Jiraiya as I said, so why don't you prove it, Jiraiya-sama? After all, it has been some time since we have seen your skills as well, and it could be a bit of, you can say, entertainment for us. As for the council, as Minato was thinking it for some time, after all, he has not seen much of Naruto's power, same with Itachi. Though their achievements speak for themselves, but still, it could be a opportunity. As he simply nodded at that. As he said, alright then, I will approve of this fight. Let's see that, what you guys are actually made up of. As Jiraiya simply smirked, thinking that he has already won this. As, while on the other hand, Naruto has just appeared back in Konoha and started to walk towards the gate. As he was walking, as several Ambu came in front of him, Namikaze-sama, you have been summoned in the council room. It's not to raise an eyebrow at that. Huh, this early, huh? As he said, as he simply nodded, as he vanished from their eyes, as most of the Ambu, you can say, simply looked towards each other. This was always the same. He simply disappeared out of nowhere, and this was not, definitely not teleportation, just pure speed. As Naruto arrived in front of the doors of the council, as he decided to open the door and entered into the council room, he was a bit surprised to see Itachi sensei was already waiting for him in the council room, as well as you can say the Totsanin, as well as that silver hair. That silver hair man, he remembered his name. It was something like Kakashi or whatever. Naruto never paid him much attention because he was seemed to be a fanboy for Jiraiya and for Minato and for Menma and for Naruto or something like that. So Naruto simply ignored him. As he looked towards, you can say, the council as well as Itachi. So why do we are here, huh? Don't tell me we're gonna have a mission with these guys. As Itachi simply chuckled as he said, but before he could say anything, as Minato decided to speak up, well, Naruto, that is not the case. Actually, you guys are gonna have a bit of tournament because we want to see which one of you is actually the best duo. As Naruto raised an eyebrow, and what bring that up? As Minato decided to explain the situation of the team as Naruto thought it for some time. To be honest, he has little interest of becoming the sensei of any team. But it could be a new experience, and by the look on Itachi sensei face, he wants to train his little brother because he was unable to make time for Sasuke lately. And Naruto knew that was mainly because he became his student, and on top of that, he had to go on several missions with Naruto. So Itachi had little time for his little brother, so he wanted to train Sasuke for himself. Even though it will come with Menma and Naruto, to be honest, Naruto has nothing against his sibling. It was just that they were not on his league, and therefore Naruto had little interest in them, and they did not possess the same type of energy as him. So it was, you can say, simply waste of his time to train them because the great they could actually achieve will be on the level of his father, or maybe a little stronger thanks to the help of the QB, but it will not to be because they will not be able to achieve his level of power, let alone in only chakra, as he simply shook his head. So he will take it on for Itachi Sensei's sake. As he says, alright then, I accept this small challenge of yours. As they simply nodded at that, so they decided to go into a outside training ground. As I said, alright then. So, are you guys ready? Because it is gonna be a duel match. Because we want to see that how strong you guys actually are as a team. As Naruto simply shrugged, as he looked towards Itachi Sensei. As Itachi said, so Naruto, what is gonna be the team plan? Because I don't want to take on Jiraiya Sama. Even though I have gotten a lot stronger, I think that he will still be able to take me on. With his Sage mode, especially. As Naruto simply nodded at that. So you want me to take him on, huh? And Itachi simply smirked at that. It has never stopped you to fight strong opponents. As Naruto simply shrugged. He's not much of a challenge to begin with. As Itachi said, careful Naruto, he's a Sanin for a reason. As Naruto simply looked towards Itachi with a, you can say, blank look on his face. As Itachi started to chuckle, surprising most of the council members there, especially Fugaku. As Itachi simply chuckled as he gave Naruto a look, as Naruto simply shrugged. It is not gonna be much of a challenge to begin with, asked Kakashi, who was already reading the book. So, Naruto, we meet again, huh? Why don't you just give up and we can be on our merry way because we both know that you're not that strong. After all, we have already figured out that it is only Itachi giving you credit where it is not due, and that is the only reason you are that famous. So why don't you just give up, huh? As Naruto simply gave Itachi a blank look, as well as Kakashi, as Minato decided to speak up. Alright, that is enough. So why don't we begin the match, huh? As they simply nodded at that, as Jiraiya said, alright, Brad, get ready to be pummeled because I will show you your true play. But before he could complete a sentence, as Naruto had more than enough of it, as he started to release his aura, as whole place started to shake a little bit, a pressure started to appear on the shoulders of all the shinobis there, as even Minato and Kushina's eyes widened even further, as you can say most of the shinobi's body was stiff and tense at that point, as if severe pressure was being applied to their whole body. As Naruto looked towards Jiraiya with a look that could actually kill, as Jiraiya gulped a little as he took a unconscious step back, as Naruto simply smirked as he looked towards Itachi. That got to shut him up, as Itachi simply chuckled. Well, don't worry about Kakashi, I will take him on. As Naruto simply nodded as Itachi vanished, as Kakashi quickly uncovered his Sharingan eye when the pressure vanishes, as he quickly came to his senses and seeing that Itachi was coming towards him, as he quickly uncovered his Sharingan eye and tried to put Itachi in a Genjutsu, and that was pretty stupid actually. As but nonetheless, Kakashi is gonna be having a beating of his life soon enough. While on the other hand, Jiraiya quickly came to his senses as he said, alright Brad, you got me off guard with that genjutsu of yours, but it is not gonna work on me again. It's not to raise an eyebrow at that. This man is really foolish, isn't he? Thinking that it was only a genjutsu and therefore Naruto could not possibly have that kind of power within him. As Naruto simply shrugged, not gonna, you can say, correct him anyways. As Jazz said, alright, enough. As he rushed towards Naruto with, you can say, high Jonin speed, thinking that he is, you can say, speed blades Naruto, trying to punch him from behind. As Naruto simply did not even move from his, you can say, place as he bring his arm up, you can say catching the punch with his hand, as Jiraiya was a bit surprised but then quickly move around trying to kick Naruto, as Naruto simply jumped into the air as he slammed his, you can say, kick into the face of Jiraiya, sending him flying, as Jiraiya quickly caught himself and quickly go through hand sign fast stride Great Inferno as he released a fire attack towards Naruto, as Naruto bring a single finger towards, you can say, the fire and flick it into the air as a shockwave was sent towards the fire, you can say dismissing the fire like it was not even there and still going towards Jiraiya. As Jiraiya's eyes widened when his fire simply decimated, you can say dissipated as he slammed into the, you can say, invisible shield that was coming towards him, sending him flying. As Jiraiya was pretty surprised as he said, alright Brad, enough of these tricks of yours, as he started to make a Rasengan in his hand as he rushed towards Naruto, where you can say mid cage level speed Rasengan as he released the attack towards Naruto as Naruto looked towards the attack for some time as Naruto simply smirked as he grabbed the Rasengan in his own hand, shocking most of the people and started to squeeze it. Even Jiraiya was surprised as Naruto started to squeeze it even further and further, destroying his circular shape and pop it like a balloon as Jiraiya wasn't flying from the resulting explosion, but Naruto was still standing in his own place, not even moving an inch from the place, shocking most of the council members. Even Minato was surprised that Rasengan was a perfect attack. It was simply cannot be, you can say, it simply was not possible, but Naruto actually did. Even Tsunade's super strength was unable to do that because of the speed and the pressure of the Rasengan. Not only that, that was a damn chakra. It simply cannot be destroyed like that. As Naruto simply smirked towards Jiraiya. So is that all, Jiraiya? Huh? Well, to be honest, I was expecting a bit more. As for the Rasengan, as Naruto started to lift his hand up, suddenly a Rasengan started to form in his hand as he started to grow and grow and grow even further as a shadow started to cover the whole area, shocking most of the council members. As Jiraiya took a step back, suddenly flame started to engulf the Rasengan as its color started to change into utter red as its center, as if it was like sun. And Minato could not believe it. He tried for years to add his element to the Rasengan, and his son was able to do that, and he did not even knew about it. Even Jiraiya was at utter shock. His element was fire as well, and yet he was unable to, you can say, add it to the Rasengan even after years of using it. He can also make the Odama Rasengan, but he simply cannot do it in his normal stage. He has to be in the sage, you can say sage mode. As not to simply smirk as he started to condense the Rasengan as shocking most of the people there, especially you can say Minato and Jiraiya, because they knew that what he was doing was literally not only dangerous but literally impossible. The chakra control that would be required for it is off the bounds. Not even Tsunade could have that much chakra control, right? As the Rasengan was getting condensed and condensed as it formed into a condensed form of a ball as Naruto simply smirked to a Jiraiya. Jiraiya, hey Jiraiya, try to catch it as it threw the Rasengan a bit upward and kicked it like a football towards Jiraiya as Jiraiya's eyes widened as in a mere second he was able to, you can say, perform a last jutsu and the whole area exploded into fire as shocking most of the people there, while on the other hand, Kakashi was on the ground, already knocked out, as Itachi was standing in front of over him with his Sharingan eyes looking down towards Kakashi. But then he looked back towards, you can say, Jiraiya's, you can say, farm. It was already bloodied and badly burnt. As he was able to pull out his, you can say, hair technique, trying to shield himself as well as some other few jutsu around him to protect himself, but it was not to be, as the whole area was destroyed into smithereens. As Naruto simply looked towards Jiraiya with a bored expression on his face, and next thing Jiraiya knew, Naruto was standing in front of him with a, you can say, chopping style and chop him on the neck, knocking him out as Naruto looked towards Itachi, as Itachi simply shrugged, as neat as always, huh? As Naruto simply shook his head, Itachi Kakashi was on the ground, especially definitely a result of Genjutsu. There was dead silence in the whole place, as most of the council members knew the legend of Itachi and Naruto, well, especially mostly of Naruto, but now they already knew taking down Jiraiya of the Sanin like that. It was not an easy feat to begin with. He was a cage level shinobi after all. As Naruto simply walked towards Itachi, still using Genjutsu, as Itachi simply shrugged. He tried to put me in a genjutsu, so I reversed the jutsu and made it a triple layer. After two layers, he thought that he has already got me, and needless to say, he was defeated pretty easily. As Naruto simply chuckled at that, as he simply shrugged, as both of them started to walk away, completely ignoring the council, who was already, you can say, gave mouth at that. As Minato, after some time, came to his sensei as Tsunade was already healing Jiraiya, who was already knocked out, as Minato sighed. It seemed that he need to have a discussion with Naruto's. After all, he did want to learn how did Naruto actually add his element to the you can say Rasengan, and not only that, condense it in that manner, and not only that, throw it like a football. After all, throwing the Rasengan is not possible, as he has many questions to ask Naruto. It seems that he will need to have a discussion with him. But now the council, as his side, needless to say, after that day, council happily, you can say, put Naruto in a, you can say, the head of the team. Not only that, they also pulled the stunt that Naruto is too OP. So therefore, he will have to, you can say, occasionally train other teams as well, so that they could have a balance in the whole team structure. As Minato sighed and agreed to that. While on the other hand, Danzo was silenced in all of this time. He wanted to learn something from the fight, but needless to say, he did not learn much. As and that frustrated and angered him. But now it was the first time he has seen the potential of that kid eye to eye, face to face, and now he realized the amount of power that kid actually possessed, and it could be a danger to his plans, especially his little weapons. Madman Naruto do not have that kind of potential and never will have. Hell, he even has to say, even if they were to be able to master the full power of the QB in them, respectively, they will still not be able to be a match for that kid because he has a feeling that Naruto has yet to use his full power against anyone. So yeah guys, here I will have this part. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah guys, I have made a Dragon Ball, you can say, channel, and I've also put the link of that channel within the description below. So please, you can say, watch the Dragon Ball series as well and follow me on Instagram. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, peace.